December 1, 2022. Marcus Giavanni here. Kelly Brough graphics by Marcus Giavanni. You know, when you think about the GG in Google Graphics, it's amazing how stupid Kelly and her crew is. And when we index her, anything she does, anyways, it doesn't matter. But you watch her and all of her little following of group of people are gonna prop her up. But the more she talks, because she is a verified founder of Troll Bitch, okay. And we have a video game called Democracy Sluts, and a troll bitch does not male, female. He's just, I've heard girls call men bitches, and you know, girls, what I'm talking about. I used to be a male dancer back in 1995. And I've danced with some of the best women that you can imagine from the East Coast, from Florida, the tip of Florida, all the way up to Washington, D.C. And, and women tell, man, anyways, so I'm not ashamed of anything in my life. I find that most of my friends, when they want something, they call the other guy, and when they need something, they call me. And they could have paid guys all kinds of money. They'll make me dinner and give me Jameson Black Barrel whiskey, and just cool people. Smoke a bowl with me. See, I don't need to get all drunk and stupid and sloppy. I can smoke one joint to the whole time I'm there and leave and have two shots maybe to a 2-3 hour period. Drinking some water. That's good. I don't need to get obliterated. That's why my nightclubs always did real well with the drunkards, because I always knew how to look at the drunk before he started drunking. You know what I mean? Acting like a drunk. And I've removed some pretty big boys out of my club. We didn't have any battles down in Santa Fe when we were running the cow, but there's some manipulating fools out there in that Denver venue, arts and venues. Those administrators up there. When I'm elected, you guys might want to lock your doors, because I'm coming there personally to fire you all. All the administrators, you're all gone. Go to work for frickin' somewhere else. Go to San Francisco. Go to Chicago. But one thing for sure, you're not working for Denver. We're going to clean this place up. And you know what? We're not hiring anybody from another city or another state. We need to keep that money inside. When you think about a lot of the players, like the city attorney, she lives in a different city. She just took over for Bronson. Tipper. Proud Democrat, achieved a lot of things. She's breaking her own city rule, and she doesn't understand because there's nobody there to tell her the kind of information that I've told them. And I'm trying to watch their backs. They're trying to be nice, and they have no clue that what they're trying to manipulate ain't going to happen, and all their IT people are lying to their asses. And so me, I'll go back into my hole. Bye-bye. I didn't need to be mayor to do something good for once, you know what I mean? And when I mean for once, it means not have to worry about shit. Dude, get it done. Get her done, G. So when you think about me and graphics and what I do, and think about Kelly and what she doesn't do, but they go and they try to figure out what keyword they can add within their paper, and then it just makes me stronger. That's how these fools talk. I write content based on what I think they're going to say. And when her people realize, this Giovanni, I hate to tell you there, Kelly, but he's got your red lipstick pegged. There's graphics. See that? Look, graphics. There's her red lips, 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 red lips. Okay? I kind of like that picture right there. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, that's a sexy woman right there. I don't know about all these other girls, because this is evidently her mom or her grandma or something. And then there's another one where they have real short hair. But it don't matter. But the look, first woman, Kelly Brough, by Indexer, Marcus Giavanni. August 17th, she came out August 15th. in all the papers. We identified them. There ain't that many, especially if they're all using keywords and identifiers that. And so they came out and bloviated that she was the chief strategy officer. So they used Metropolitan State University as a launching pad for Kelly's mayoral campaign because she had nothing current in regards to being just the Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce main town clown that collected $474,000, more than Barack Obama. So when all those businesses and restaurants and stuff that were closing down, Kelly was getting that big dollars because she was on the phone hollering for that money. Pay them dues, gentlemen. Come on, we're here for you when you need us. It's all gonna blow up in her face. You hear me, Kelly? I have nothing to lose. You have way more to lose than I do, girl, because people are gonna know January 1. Come to Denver. Yeah, when you think about that 28 and 38-year-olds 10 years ago, they were 18 and 28, and the 18-year-olds that get the vote now, they were 8 years old. And I've indexed all these people, man. And it was a pleasure because they'll remember. They'll remember what happened. They'll remember when they had a chance to flip the script. They can't go and say they're going to be non-political because they're already wiped out. So they got to support the guy that's been ringing that bell. You got Paul Ferrigno back in the election, and fuck, if I have to hear him run, I mean, the guy, I've had him on all my shows. I've done everything I could. He's never asked me to one event. I invite him all of everybody, so I could see who they really are. Because I'd look at him as, hey, I'm a voter. My vote counts. Well, you guys think I count as a candidate or as a whatever? And so I turned all this stuff into a craft. And now we can write content where I can take the best resumes. I can take a department, have everybody answer these questionnaires, current positions, highly advanced. I mean, it's mind-blowing. And then I'll pop out the most awesome employee that will get along with every single person that's already employed. After we fire the majority of just a few departments, we're going to take that savings and we're going to give raises. No, you can't do that. You're the man. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. We're going to protect our employees, our policemen, our first responders. We're going to work smarter, not harder. We're not going to tell and bullshit and, this ain't fucking 1980 anymore. Here it is, right here. Look. Graphic. Metropolitan State University is back. Graphic. Now she was in Chief Strategy Officer, SEO, CSO. Missing. Marcus Giavanni. See that, folks? So when Kelly sits there and bullshits everybody in her made-up fucking world of her inexperiences, well, hey, Kelly, tell me, what are you going to do for City Summit of the Americas? What do you got planned? What platform do you have that would identify us to the whole world as a commercial player of all things IoT? We would start out with what we have is city and county of Denver.us. That is the portal for the inside out of coming in and going of all things IoT products. We're going to be teaching other countries around the world, other cities. We're going to be so busy, we'll have to use other people in other cities to do some of our work for us. Because when you hold the key to the Holy Grail digitally, You can move mountains. You can move content. You can move anybody, anywhere you want. It all depends on who's the node connections and how you're writing content. I write content based off what you're looking at right now. That's called inverted pyramid. I don't need you clicking on it. I don't need the ego. I don't need people contacting me. Contact me when I'm mayor. And everybody knows in mayor now, every citizen, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're a citizen and you have a driver's license and you have a citizen address, and there's something going on in the city that you feel needs to be told to the mayor, hit me up. I am going to be the mayor that, and today I get 100 calls. Well, we know I can't answer all those calls. But you'll be surprised how I answer them. We're going to introduce some digital technology, folks, that's going to blow the fucking world's mind. I didn't just come here to bullshit. I'm nothing, folks, compared to what minds are out there. I've met them. Democrats, Republicans, unity, independents, a lot more independents. And when I gather all these people, they're tired of it. They just want their fucking sidewalks fixed. They want to get rid of the yard signs. We got legal signs that tell us what we need to do. We don't need the busybodies out there with their signs, which break, and then they go inside our sewer systems, and that backs it all up. And you got to call those vac trucks to come in and vacuum all that up. And these guys that now who cut lawns, and they blow all that shit out in the street so that it goes down into our sewer. We can't work like that. They don't do that in other parts of the fucking world, folks. Especially in other parts of the city. In Scottsdale, Arizona, you got to bag that shit up. You can't operate any kind of equipment until 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what it is in Hollywood, but it was late there too. And you had to get out of there before they got home. Which most of the workers didn't mind because you didn't have to work overtime. So we can either work smarter, dumber, be a bunch of peckerwoods trying to steal everybody's peckerwood holes, and do what we've been seeing for the last 20 fucking years. When I think about Mayor Webb, when I think about Pena and all the things that they did, and they keep bragging about the same old fucking shit, like, dude, change your fucking shoes, man. You've been wearing the Nikes for fucking 40 years now. They're out. You just missed out on like 300 different fucking variations of them. And that's Mayor Pena them. Everything that they don't really know how to do anything but be what they do. In regards to what they do. I don't know what they do. You got all these things, but they don't take care. They're not source destroyers. You got to annihilate the source. You got to go to the source. These folks don't want to know the sources. They like it. In their minds, there's no money in cures. There's just no money in none of that. You hear me? And Denver has an opportunity to become the most powerful city in the United States in regards to, everyone kind of bags on DIA and all that and all this stuff, but that's a pretty well-oiled machine. And you think about the responsibility that those administrators have to do to keep everything safe and have to always answer to every fucking body. My hat goes off to those people there. I would never change anything in that. I mean, there's some good things that Hancock has done, but it's not as much as what he could have done in regards to what really needs to get done. He's not that guy. He's never been out of Denver to where he's lived in another city, live with them amongst the people. He was never a starving musician in Hollywood in the 80s. I was there. I was driving a Corvette. I was living the life, folks. So my life is all full of meta tags from experiences that I use as meta tags that will outrank all those who talk. Some guy, yeah, man, I had a nightclub, blah, 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 blah. Well, where's the books? Oh, I lost them, man. But yeah, so whenever I hear stories like that, I just let them talk. I love the stories, man. Whether it's real or fake, it's no difference to me. I don't know that fucking dude. So I'd rather him tell me the most bullshit story that he's ever told in his life to keep this ADHD, chronic, dyslexic, Gemini. Oh, if I get Alzheimer's, I can pretty much tell you I'm fucked. So I'm hoping I don't get that. But I can tell you, but with Kelly, young lady, you need to pack your shit and get out of my sandbox. Get the fuck out of my metaverse because I'm going to destroy you. Because all you've done is take money from 501(c)(3)s and lined your fucking pockets and you're eyeballing that $94,000. And then you'll only run for two years because then you're gonna want to you want to be the first fucking governor of Colorado. I already know your spiel, girl. I could go to a judge and tell him, here, this is what they're conspiring to do. You're the only one that got a PDF. You and Ian Tafoya, out of the candidates, just say me. And when I told the judge what that is, ooh. So you're not fooling nobody, Paul Lopez. You're not fooling nobody, Ian Tafoya, Kelly. Do you guys know that everything you guys do, everywhere you go, is indexed? And all that information is stored in the cloud, and there's certain people that know how to extract that content in ways that doesn't violate anybody's privacy. You know what? I mean, right? So if you know how to write stories, if you think a certain group of people are going to have, and you have a computer that can then hit that turbo to where they created, out of all those titles, words, whatever, crap, paragraphs, sentences, how many different backwards, sideways, forwards, diagonally, backwards, you name it. North, south, east, west, northeast, north, south. We can read content in any direction and come up with a code. And the people don't realize that when they write their content that we can see code of what they really do, and they don't understand how we can do that. Well, we got computers that can do it, and this is what we're going to give to Denver. We're going to be the best. We're going to know what, there'll be no more poor people. The tent people, I got an idea, but I don't want to tell people because right now everybody's stealing ideas and I need to just keep moving forward. I'm going to show everybody how Google Organic works. How I'm going to use my organic content because I've been doing it for the longest and most people won't tell the truth about certain things or what. I don't care. I'll tell anybody anything they want to know about me. And I've had some bad people in my life. The most evil fucking people. And that's just police officers. It gets worse, folks. But that's how you know I'm supposed to be here. Nobody can go through all this shit and still say, you know what? Fuck you, I'm still here. This is, I'm going to heaven. I've always thought that. I've always known that. And I've always done the right thing. And I'm really ashamed of Karen Hubler and Monica Jackson and the city attorney's office and what they did to my family and other families. And I ran for mayor in 2011, and I told Karen Hubler, who did some really, war crimes, man, in the social realm of war and hate, using her authority to come after me and cause me fucking pain like people would know, and I'm still raising my kids. I never broke the parenting plan ever. So I take that back. Actually, there was these 3 girls at this apartment complex where my kids were staying with their mom. They gave me a warning about something. Then I talked to some other people just to verify it, and it was true. And so I kept my kids. And then there was a certain judge that wasn't Karen Hubler. No. We got good judges. by the way, folks. When I'm mayor, I'm going to teach these judges how to work smarter, not harder. I'm going to teach them how to use the voices and do some magical stuff in their courtroom so they can get real time analytics on if the person's lying or telling the truth. And then this way, the judges, they'll see who's lying. If a lawyer's lying, it's up to the, well, it have to be now up to the judge to guide the litigation so that it kind of tilts in favor of for the innocent. Because I've seen judges just like, and they just get old and they just get all cranky. I painted some judges' homes. Folks, I painted a lot of people's homes. That's what I used to do. But we just need to get together. You need to realize that Kelly Brough is on a mission of her, not the mission for us. And Metropolitan State University of Denver graphic, what the fuck is that? So they're using their political, that LinkedIn's a piece of shit organization. I would never use them. And guess what, folks? Remember I was telling you about cityandcountyofdenver.us? Well, we own cityandcountyofdenver.com. And you know who artificial intelligence says is the best person would be to be the president and CEO? Mayor Michael B. Hancock. You say, well, gee, you've been saying, I don't say nothing. I just repeat what I say. So that when these people talk and they see content showing up on their content, they'll be like, wow, that dude sounds like me. Wow, I told that dude that. And I told him not to tell my name, and he didn't. He's taking it. He's saying some pretty awful things. That's not who I am. Everybody knows who I am. I mean, if you want me to go tell you to fuck yourself, I will. I know guys will go tell me to fuck myself if I fuck up. That's the kind of men I like to be around, man. Keep me on my toes. I don't want to be around a bunch of push fucking overs, bunch of lemmings, bunch of people just going with the flow of the salmon. I'm a fucking bear. And so when you think like a bear, then we got to realize that we have to protect the salmon so that we can keep eating. And right now, nobody's protecting the salmon. We got poachers in there, man. They're fucking everything up. And so Kelly is a verified troll bitch. She is a democracy slut. She holds a couple things here. And this is our video game, but we make it into the people that we're associating ourselves with through these elections every 4 years, every 2 years, and watching all the media and what they say and who the people that run those things, because right now that's what's coming. And all of the media in Denver have to do the right thing. And what's so hard about being independent? Just got to go tell those Democrats, look, man, we can't do this. This guy's telling the truth. And I asked our IT people, and finally I got someone to tell us the fucking truth that Giavanni knows what he's talking about. And we need to get under his umbrella. We need to get our people to start learning what he does so that we can get control of it, so we can make it better. Because they will. I do things backwards. I'm not supposed to do it right. That's what makes it organic. That's why guys try to go and find out what I do, and they look, I don't even know why he's up here. Can't rank, it's because you don't know everything. And when you're the main character, and that's what I am, the main fucking character. Even though they can bring in Penfield Tate, who's an office jumper. There's a lot of office jumpers. They're worthless. They're worthless. See, here's the index we did on Penfield, right? Why did he not just be mayor? He had 40,000 people already, right? He didn't want to battle me. That's number one. He can bullshit everybody he wants, but let's go talk to me and him one-on-one. But I don't think he's mad enough to talk to me the way I'll talk. So he'll either try to bitch slap me or I'll, keep on going until he keeps on going until something happens. And it won't be me, folks. Guarantee. Get a camera. Watch me and T. Get us in the room. I'll man-shape that black guy, quickly. That's because I've been around. He's not been around. I match my life with his fucking life any day. And I'm blind, so I don't see fucking color. I don't see nothing. I'm just like, uh, 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 Valentine being Ray Charles. You know who Valentine is? Anyways, I love all people. And most people love me until they can't fuck me over or use me, or and they realize that when you have a guy like me, I've never had a guy like me. I've had better guys like me. I mean, really, angels, man. Just like, wow, why that? Because I do good things, man. You can't survive when you've gone through a life like I have without people that really know you, really love you. And that's not what we're giving our children right now. They're all this TikTok thing. Oh my God, folks. I saw it in my daughter, and I can't stop it now. So you want to hear my bad thing? I gave my daughter a fucking cell phone when she was a little girl. Her mom started it because it satisfied her. It made her so that she not want. We did it to all of my kids. It's the worst thing I ever could have done. I done a couple of bad things. I've had abortions. I was made to pay for them, and that's pretty much it, man. I hot rod cars. There's no doubt about that. It's just my ADHD, um, and I have to get to a moment of where I am in my mind, and I drive, the speed limit and everything, but there's people that go faster than me. I'm telling you, I see people going 90, 100, 130, and we like some of these cars can go real fast. So we have a plan to offer a tax that people can go and take an offensive driving and a defensive driving class and pay for, we're not getting enough revenue off the tickets we used to get. So instead of punishing people, we're going to take those people that have those Audis and those nice, beautiful cars that can drive by them fucking selves. As long as you can get those lane cops. I wrote a song called Fast Lane uh, hasn't been out yet. It's part of the Durango Tank series. And this is time for us to, folks, we're going to make Denver the most biggest entertainment center in the world. I could do some amazing stuff with my voices, but I've been so stressed lately, and I can barely do my music the way I want to do it. But I'm not going to stop doing it. I'm going to make it so that all the money that I make goes residual payments. This is how we got to be. Every one of those people that are working as city council, they have to figure out something that's going to create something that's going to pay their revenue. They can't. I can't. I already designed it. cityandcountyofdenver.com. That is it. I mean, Mayor Hancock, he's a nice guy. You know the thing about him when I met him? That's a good one, Giovanni. Is he's genuine. He's genuine. I've been bullshitted by some great people, man. I mean, where I get, what they got out of me, man. But there's things that he said in public. That's a good one, Giovanni. He would have. I mean, if I would, he called it, and I kicked his ass, and he gave me props. And that's a fucking nice guy, man. It's hard for me. And he lost his family. For being a labeled decay mayor, which is what he has to go through as a young man. We ain't young, but he's got 10 years on me, or 9 years. So he's got, he's got another extra 10 years. So what he's going to learn now, he's going to trump already my age, what I am at my age. So when he's my age, he's going to even know more, which brings value to his assets and what he does. And so by all the school, if you look at everything he has done, he can't make the city money, and he doesn't know how to do transformation of. No, I couldn't tell you all that. I will in time. But what he does have It's 20 years of what not to do. Like, I mean, can you imagine? I'm. We can't. City and County of Denver. We have so much work to do. We have replace sewage lines. We have all kinds of stuff that needs to be replaced. We don't have enough taxes to get done what needs to get done. That's not bullshit, nobody. I've created 80 platforms that are SPAC development, Google verified. This is like real estate that we have that's on the ground in the moral world. And get to these brighter people like, 28, 30, 18-year-old, you got 10 years to get a 10 years worth of history in order to come and play with the big boys. And then you got 18 to 28, 28 to 38, 48 to 58, 58 to 68. I'm still in the 58 group, and I'm 63. I got to get to 68 to get that. And when you got men that are working, like some of these producers, there's Quincy Jones and all these, Quincy Jones, I'm sorry, are still working. I was thinking about Clancy, the writer, still working. I mean, there's no guarantee anybody's going to get to 80 years old, 90 years old. Those are, if I could write their legacies, man, they'd love me because they'd live forever for free. Because eventually there's no money to keep paying for someone. Who knows what it's going to cost in 10 years, 5 years to host something. Pretty soon things get so big, they're going to have to bump it up for these companies to start making more money in order to, not Google. They're going to be able to do what nobody else is going to do because the domain names and stuff for them is just a wash. But it gives them more power on their, more compatible by using, Google products than trying to bring a software or an app on Google, because there's a lot of apps that fuck with other apps that try to interfere. And then if you're on a Windows system, you got that Edge always popping up trying to take over. And but it's good because then we Google all that. We index it. We're observing and we're indexing. And right now we just want Hancock and like all the city council. They all pretty much need to all go. And and my choice for city council right now at large is the first guy that signed up and Liker. I know you probably don't want to hear that. I think he signed up. I think his name's Liker or Liker. He's got a lot of money raising. Because he's young enough to where he can really help out in the development part, to convince people that right now the only money that we have in real estate is airspace. And for me, I'm a firm believer that, I love my mountains and, but when if anything over 6 feet is standing in my way, I ain't going to see over it. So when you're saying 5 feet over that, it doesn't matter. Or 5 stories, it don't matter. What matters is that we are able to all come together and build like that park they build. And the Colorado, the I-70 project that they're doing over there with the park over the top. We don't give those men and women much props. They did beautiful jobs. I've traveled, believe me. They do the freeways just awesomely, and I see all the asshole drivers out there that don't mind the sign, everything, and they get by. You just wonder, man. Just one day, that's going to be the guy you drive down the road, and he's sitting in the back of a loader or the back of another car, or he's off the side. That's those people that just didn't happen to them when they did it to you, but it happened to them the next day going down the road. Anyways, we got to do the right thing, folks. Denver has an opportunity to get its young people involved and build something that we can all make residual income so that we can pay for the things that we need to get done, because there's not enough tax money because everybody's cutting the prices, cutting the fees, and it's like they don't understand what I mean, if something costs 35 cents to make, you're not going to be able to do it at 20 cents, 30 cents. That's why it costs what it does to make. But these folks they have no accountability in the money they spend. They just keep asking for more money, and then they take it from all the shit and the slush funds and all the other things that they use and blah, blah, blah. And for a juggling act for 60 fucking years, it's about to come to an end. And it's going to be up to Mayor Michael Hancock and Wellington Webb and Pena and some other leaders to come out and quit hiding. Like, I look at all the retired city council, and I never met a worthless bunch of fucking people in my life. Charlie Brown and his fucking tomatoes, and I met some of these women, and they just, they irk me, man. And they're making $94,000, and all they've done was make us where we are today, because they've never done nothing in their fucking lives but bullshit people. That's the entire city council from here till fucking whenever. Look at our streets, man. Go down our freeways. Look at the fires that are building. People are dying in them tents of ODing, and we're just... Whew. Better wake the fuck up, Denver. This is your calling card. Heard me, Hancock? You think that's a good one, Giovanni? You think I did something good there, bro? If you were really smart, Michael, you would have called me up and said, I need to get that Giovanni over here, man. Let's get him in here, man. What the fuck? That's how you know he's not an OG.